Stop everything you are doing right now. I need you to hear this, because what is about to come through this transmission is not something you can return to later. It is not something you can bookmark and save for a quiet afternoon. The window that opened for you is measured in hours, not days, not weeks, not someday. Hours. And the fact that you are here, right now in this exact moment, tells me something about your field that you may not yet fully understand. You were not browsing. You were not casually scrolling. Something inside you, something beneath your conscious awareness, pulled you here with a precision that would terrify you if you understood how it worked. This is not content. This is a confirmation signal. And if you feel even the faintest stirring in your chest right now, the faintest warmth, the faintest sense that something is about to change, then your energy body already knows what your mind is about to discover. There is an activation that has been waiting for you. Not waiting in some abstract metaphysical sense. Waiting the way a key waits for the exact hand that was made to turn it. Waiting the way a frequency waits for the only receiver tuned to its signal. And right now, in this breath, in this hour, the universe has moved every single variable into position for you to receive it. But here is what makes this urgent. And I do not use that word carelessly. Urgency in the spiritual world is different from urgency in the human world. In the human world, urgency means panic. It means scarcity. It means fear. In the quantum field, urgency means alignment. It means a convergence window. It means that the exact configuration of energies required for your activation has assembled. And like all configurations in the field, it will not hold forever. It is not that the universe will punish you for missing it. It is that the geometry of this moment, the specific arrangement of cosmic forces, your readiness, the planetary frequencies, the collective consciousness reaching a particular threshold, all of this has converged into a needle-thin opening. And that opening is closing. You have felt it, have you not? Over the past few days, maybe the past few hours, something has been different. Maybe you could not sleep. Maybe you woke up at an unusual hour and your body felt electric. Maybe you have been experiencing a strange emotional intensity that does not seem connected to anything happening in your external life. Maybe people around you have been acting unusual, distant, reactive, almost as if they can sense something shifting in you that they cannot name. These are not random occurrences. These are precursor signals. The field sends them before every major activation. They are the tremors before the earthquake, the static before the signal locks in. And you have been receiving them whether you recognize them or not. Let me tell you what is actually happening right now on an energetic level. Because once you understand the mechanics of this, you will never again mistake a moment like this for coincidence. The universe does not operate on human schedules. It does not care about your calendar or your to-do list, or whether this is a convenient time for a massive energetic upgrade. It operates on resonance cycles. Think of it like this. Imagine the entire cosmos as an incomprehensibly vast ocean of frequency. Waves upon waves upon waves, all moving, all intersecting, all creating interference patterns. Most of the time, these waves are out of phase with each other. They cancel, they scatter, they create noise. But every so often, and this is what quantum coherence actually means when you strip away the academic language, every so often, multiple waves align. They synchronize. They stack on top of each other. And when they do, the amplitude, the power, the sheer creative force of that combined wave becomes something extraordinary. Something that can reach through the noise and touch a single consciousness with surgical precision. That is what is happening to you right now. Multiple frequency waves, some cosmic, some planetary, some deeply personal to your own soul's trajectory, have synchronized. They have stacked, and the combined signal is so powerful, so precisely tuned to your unique energetic signature, that it has been cutting through every layer of distraction, every layer of doubt, every layer of density that normally surrounds your awareness. This is why you feel different. This is why you are here. The signal found you because right now, in this window, your field is capable of receiving something it has never been able to receive before. And here is what no one tells you about activation windows. They do not announce themselves with trumpets and angels. They announce themselves with restlessness, with a strange sense of being on the edge of something, with an almost uncomfortable feeling of expansion, as if your energy body is stretching to accommodate something larger than what it has been holding. If you have been feeling any of that, and I suspect you have because your frequency would not have matched this transmission otherwise, then you are already in the preliminary phase. The activation has already begun. What remains is whether you will consciously accept it, or whether you will let the window close and wait for the next convergence, which could be months away, could be years, could be a completely different lifetime. If this is resonating with you, if you can feel even a fraction of what I am describing, take a moment right now to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, so these transmissions can continue to find you when the timing is right. Let that land for a moment. Now let me take you somewhere. I want you to imagine an ancient observatory. Not the kind with telescopes and computers. Something far older. A circular chamber carved into the heart of a mountain with a single opening in the domed ceiling that allows a shaft of light to enter at very specific times. The people who built this chamber understood something that modern science is only beginning to rediscover. They understood that light carries information. Not just photons, not just electromagnetic radiation, but encoded intelligence. Patterns of consciousness embedded in frequency. There was a keeper of this chamber. Let us call her Mirael. Mirael's entire purpose, her entire life's work, was to maintain the chamber and to be present when the light aligned. Because the opening in the ceiling was designed so precisely, so mathematically exact, that the shaft of light would only touch the center of the chamber floor during very specific convergence windows. Sometimes once a year, sometimes once in a generation. And when it did, whoever stood in that light, whoever was present and open and ready, would receive a transmission. Not words, not visions, a frequency, a recalibration of their entire energy field, an activation that would permanently shift what they were capable of perceiving, creating, and becoming. Miriel spent years preparing. She kept the chamber clean. She kept her own field clear. She practiced stillness. She practiced presence. She released attachments, not because attachment was sinful, but because density blocks reception. She understood that the light would come whether she was ready or not. The convergence was cosmic, impersonal, mathematical. But whether the light could penetrate her field, whether it could reach the core of her being and activate what was dormant, that depended entirely on her state, her readiness, her willingness to stand in the center and receive. And you are Miriel. You are standing in the chamber right now. The light is beginning to descend through the opening. The convergence is here. The only question is whether you will step into the center or stand against the wall, watching, analyzing, wondering if it is real. This is not metaphor. This is mechanics. Here is what the activation actually does, and I want to be precise about this, because vague spiritual language serves no one. When your field receives a coherent, high-frequency transmission during a convergence window, it does something very specific. It reorganizes the quantum information that makes up your energetic blueprint. Think of your energy field, your halo, as a vast network of information, patterns, beliefs, frequencies, memories, potentials, all encoded in the quantum fabric of your being. Most of this information was installed unconsciously, through childhood, through trauma, through cultural programming, through the accumulated density of simply being human in a world that operates at a very low baseline frequency. These installed patterns determine everything: what you attract, what you repel, what you can see, and what remains invisible to you, what you believe is possible, and what you have relegated to fantasy. An activation does not add something new to you. Let me be very clear about this. It does not give you something you do not already have. What it does is remove the interference patterns. It dissolves the static. It strips away the layers of incoherent frequency that have been scrambling your signal, distorting your transmission, blocking your reception. When those layers dissolve, what remains is your original signal, your true frequency, the one you came here carrying. And that signal, unobstructed, undistorted, fully coherent, is more powerful than anything you have experienced in your current state. This is why people who go through genuine activations often describe the experience not as gaining something new, but as remembering something ancient. Because that is exactly what it is. You are not becoming someone else. You are becoming who you were before the world covered you in static. But there is another layer to this. And this is where it gets urgent. The activation that is available to you right now is not just a personal recalibration. It is a threshold activation. Do you understand what that means? There are different levels of energetic upgrade. Some are gentle, Some are incremental. They smooth out a rough edge here, clear a minor blockage there. Those happen regularly. They are maintenance. But a threshold activation is something entirely different. A threshold activation moves you from one fundamental level of consciousness to another. It is not a step. It is a quantum leap. And the reason it requires a convergence window, the reason it cannot happen at just any time, is because the amount of coherent energy required to push a consciousness across a threshold is enormous. It requires the stacking of multiple frequency waves. It requires cosmic cooperation. It requires everything to align at once. And right now, everything is aligned. Let me tell you what shifts when you cross a threshold. Everything that has been invisible to you becomes visible. Patterns you could not see, you suddenly see with crystal clarity. Connections you could not make, they become obvious, almost laughably so. The things that used to drain you, the people, the situations, the thought patterns, they lose their grip. Not because you fought them, not because you healed them through years of effort, because you are no longer on the frequency where they exist. You have moved, they have not. And from your new vantage point, they look like what they always were. Shadows on a wall. Projections of a consciousness that is no longer yours. I want to pause here and ask you something. Have you already been feeling these precursor signals? The restlessness, the electric body, the strange intensity that does not match your outer circumstances? Tell me in the comments what you have been experiencing over the past few days, because I have a feeling your story will confirm something powerful for someone else who is reading it. Here is what shifts everything. The reason most people never cross a threshold, even when the window opens, is not because they are unworthy. It is not because they are not spiritual enough, or disciplined enough, or evolved enough. It is because they do not recognize the moment. They feel the restlessness, the expansion, the strange intensity, and they interpret it through their old programming. They think something is wrong. They think they are anxious. They think they need to fix something. They reach for distraction. They numb. They scroll. They sleep. And the window closes. The light passes through the chamber and touches an empty floor. I am telling you this so that you do not make that mistake. Not today, not in this window. Now let us go deeper into what you need to understand about the hours ahead of you. When I say you have hours left, I am not creating artificial pressure. I am describing an energetic reality. The convergence that is currently active, the stacking of frequencies that has created this opening, began building several days ago. You may have noticed the build-up, the intensity increasing, the sense of something approaching. That build-up reached its peak coherence very recently, and it will hold at peak for a limited period before the waves begin to decohere, to separate, to scatter back into their individual patterns. This is not punishment. This is physics. Waves converge and waves diverge. That is their nature. The window of peak coherence is your activation window. And within that window, your job is deceptively simple. You do not need to perform a ritual. You do not need to travel to a sacred site. You do not need to earn it through suffering or prove yourself through sacrifice. You need to do one thing: accept it, consciously, deliberately, with your full awareness. Accept the activation. And I know how that sounds. I know it sounds too simple. I know your mind is already generating objections. How can acceptance alone be enough? Where is the effort? Where is the struggle? Where is the earning? And this is precisely the programming that keeps most people standing against the wall of the chamber while the light touches an empty floor. The belief that transformation must be hard, that anything worth having must be fought for, that ease is suspicious, that simplicity is naive. But let me ask you this: does a radio have to struggle to receive a signal? Does it have to earn the broadcast? Does it have to prove itself worthy of the music? No. It has to be tuned. It has to be on. It has to be on the right frequency. That is all. The signal is always broadcasting. The music is always playing. The only variable is the receiver's state. You are the receiver. The signal is broadcasting at peak power right now. And acceptance is how you tune in. Here is what acceptance actually looks like on an energetic level. It is not a thought. It is not a belief. It is a state. It is the state of allowing your field to open fully without resistance, without the contraction of doubt, without the density of unworthiness, without the static of overthinking. It is the state of pure reception. And your body knows how to do this. Your energy body has been doing this since before you were born. The only thing preventing it is the accumulated layers of programming that tell you to guard, to doubt, to analyze, to protect yourself from things that feel too good, too easy, too expansive. So let us do something right now. And I want you to actually do this. Not think about doing it. Not plan to do it later. Right now. Pause here. Close your eyes if you can. If you are driving or walking, keep your eyes open but soften your gaze. Let your awareness drop from your head into your chest. Feel the space behind your sternum. That warmth, that openness, that is your heart field. That is the center of your halo. Now take one slow breath in. Not a forced breath, an allowing breath. Let the air come in as if it is being drawn by gravity rather than pulled by effort. And as you breathe in, silently say these words: I accept this activation. I am ready. Feel what happens in your body when you say that. Feel the subtle shift, the slight expansion, the warmth that may spread from your chest outward. That is not imagination. That is your field responding. That is the first layer of resistance dissolving. Now breathe out. And as you breathe out, let go of one thing. You do not even need to name it. Your field knows what is ready to release. Just intend release and let the exhale carry it. One more breath. In. I accept this activation. I am ready. Out. Release. Something just shifted. You may may feel it as lightness. You may feel it as tingling. You may feel it as emotion rising unexpectedly. You may feel it as a sudden stillness, a quieting of the mental noise that has been running in the background. Whatever you feel, that is your confirmation. That is your field acknowledging that the process has begun. Now let me tell you what happens next. Because acceptance is the doorway, but there is a journey on the other side of that door. And I want you to be prepared for what you may experience in the coming hours. The first thing that often happens after a threshold activation begins is what I call the purge wave. As the high-frequency energy begins to reorganize your field, it encounters the dense, low-frequency patterns that have been lodged there. Old beliefs, old emotions, old identities that you have outgrown but have not yet fully released. And as the activation energy meets these patterns, it does not gently negotiate with them. It dissolves them. And as they dissolve, they release. They come up and out. This can feel like sudden waves of emotion that do not seem connected to anything. Sadness, anger, fear, grief, old memories surfacing, old pain flashing through your body. If this happens, and it may happen within hours, do not panic. Do not interpret it as something going wrong. It is something going right. It is the static clearing. It is the interference patterns breaking apart. It is everything that was blocking your true signal being flushed from your system. The temptation during a purge wave is to resist it, to clamp down, to distract yourself, to tell yourself you are being dramatic or that this spiritual stuff is not real. That temptation is the old programming making its last stand. It knows it is being dissolved, and it will use every tool at its disposal to get you to close the door, to shut down the reception, to step out of the light. Do not let it. Instead, when the purge wave comes, breathe into it. Let it move through you. Remind yourself that this is the activation working. This is the reorganization in progress. This is the old frequency being replaced by the new. And it will pass. It always passes. And what remains on the other side is a clarity, a lightness, a coherence that you have never experienced before. The second thing that happens after a threshold activation is what I call signal clarification. Once the dense patterns have been purged, your field becomes dramatically more coherent, and a coherent field perceives differently than an incoherent one. Suddenly, things that were confusing become clear. Decisions that felt impossible become obvious. The right path, which was always there but obscured by static, becomes visible as if illuminated by a spotlight. People's true intentions become readable, not through paranoia or suspicion, but through a calm, clear knowing that operates beneath the level of thought. You will start to sense things before they happen, not in a dramatic, psychic way. In a quiet, matter-of-fact way. You will know who is about to call. You will know which opportunity to take. You will know when to speak and when to remain silent. This is not a superpower being added to you. This is your natural perception being restored. This is what human consciousness is capable of when it is not drowning in static. And here is what makes this different from every other spiritual teaching you have encountered. Most teachings tell you to work toward clarity, to meditate for years, to practice for decades, to slowly, gradually, incrementally clear your field through sustained effort. And there is nothing wrong with that path. It works. It is valid, but it is the long way around. A threshold activation is the direct path. It is the moment when the cosmic forces align so precisely that what would normally take years of clearing happens in hours. The convergence provides the energy, your acceptance provides the opening, and the activation does the work. This is why these windows are so precious. This is why I am telling you that the hours matter, not to create fear, to create recognition, to help you understand what is actually available to you right now, so that you can make a conscious choice to receive it. Let me take you somewhere again. I want to tell you about something that happened in a village a very long time ago, though time is not quite the right word for where this story lives. There was a village at the base of a mountain, and in this village lived a man named Kael. Kael was a good man, a thoughtful man. He spent his days tending his garden, caring for his family, and quietly wondering if there was more to existence than what he could see with his eyes. He had heard stories about the mountain, that at its peak there was a place where the veil between worlds was thin, that occasionally, very occasionally, the light at the summit would change, would intensify, would become something more than sunlight, and that anyone who stood in that light during those rare moments would be transformed, would see what could not normally be seen, would know what could not normally be known. Kael wanted to believe it, but he was practical. He had responsibilities, and the climb was long and uncertain, and he could not be sure the stories were true. So he waited. He told himself he would go when the time was right, when his children were older, when his garden did not need him, when he had saved enough, when he felt ready. One evening, an old woman passed through the village. She was not from anywhere anyone recognized. She stopped at Kael's gate and looked at him with eyes that seemed to hold the weight of centuries. She said, "The light is on the mountain now. It will not wait for your readiness. Your readiness must meet it where it is." Kael felt something stir in his chest, the same stirring you felt a few minutes ago. But he looked at his garden. He looked at his house. He looked at all the reasons to stay. And he said, "I will go tomorrow." The old woman smiled, but it was not a happy smile. It was the smile of someone who has watched this scene play out 1,000 times. She said, "The light does not come on your schedule, Kael. It comes on its own. And it is here now." She walked away, and Kael went to sleep. When he woke the next morning, he felt different, lighter, more certain. He decided he would climb the mountain. He packed quickly, told his family he would return by nightfall, and began the ascent. He climbed with purpose, with excitement, with the growing certainty that he was finally doing what he had always been meant to do. He reached the summit by midday, and the summit was beautiful. The air was clear, the view was vast, but the light was just light. Ordinary sunlight, warm and pleasant, but carrying nothing beyond itself. The convergence had passed. The window had closed. The light that had been there the night before, the light that carried the encoded intelligence, the activation frequency, had moved on. Kael sat on the summit for a long time. He was not devastated. He was not angry. He was something worse. He was aware that the moment had been real, aware that it had been offered, aware that he had chosen tomorrow over now, and aware that now was the only time the light ever comes. He descended the mountain a different man, not transformed by the light, but transformed by the understanding of what it means to miss it. And he spent the rest of his life telling everyone he met the same thing. When the light comes, you go. You do not wait for readiness. You do not wait for convenience. You do not wait for certainty. You go. Because the light does not come on your schedule. It comes on its own. And the only thing you control is whether you are standing in it when it arrives. And you are not Kael on the morning after. You are Kael at the gate. The old woman is speaking to you right now. The light is on the mountain right now. And you have hours, not days, to decide. But here is what makes your situation different from Kael's, and this is important. You do not have to climb a mountain. You do not have to go anywhere. The activation is not at a location. It is at a frequency. And that frequency is available to you wherever you are, in whatever position you are in, doing whatever you are doing, as long as your field is open and your acceptance is conscious. The mountain is inside you. The chamber is your heart field. The light is the coherent frequency that is currently broadcasting at peak power. And standing in it means nothing more and nothing less than choosing to receive. Now let us talk about what your life looks like on the other side of this threshold. Because I think it is important that you understand not just what you are accepting, but what you are accepting into. On the other side of a threshold activation, the fundamental relationship between you and reality changes. Right now, if you are honest with yourself, your relationship with reality is largely reactive. Things happen and you respond. Circumstances arise and you adapt. People behave in certain ways and you adjust. You are, in energetic terms, being acted upon by the field rather than acting upon it. This is not a criticism. This is the default state of human consciousness operating below the threshold. It is how nearly everyone lives. It is considered normal. But normal is not natural. Normal is the result of operating a consciousness system that is running at a fraction of its capacity due to interference patterns. It is like trying to run advanced software on a computer that is infected with 1,000 viruses. The computer still works. It still does basic functions, but it is slow, glitchy, unreliable, and incapable of accessing its actual processing power. The activation clears the viruses. And when a consciousness system is running clean, running coherent, running at its actual designed capacity, the relationship with reality inverts. You stop being reactive and become generative. You stop responding to circumstances and start creating them. not through effort, not through force, through frequency, through the simple, profound, world-altering fact that a coherent field organizes the quantum probability space around it. It does not hope for outcomes. It does not wish for circumstances. It collapses wave functions. It selects timelines. It shapes reality at the level where reality is actually shaped, which is not at the level of action and effort, but at the level of information and frequency. This is not fantasy. This is the logical conclusion of everything quantum physics has been telling us for a century. The observer affects the observed. Consciousness collapses the wave function. The measurement problem is not a problem at all when you understand that consciousness is not separate from the system it is measuring. It is the system. You are the system. And when your system is coherent, when your halo is fully activated, when your signal is clear and powerful and undistorted, reality reorganizes itself around you like iron filings around a magnet. Here is what that looks like in practical terms. Synchronicities do not just increase. They become your primary navigation system. The right people appear at the right time with the right information. Opportunities do not just arise. They arrive fully formed, precisely matched to your purpose, as if someone behind the scenes read your soul's blueprint and arranged the meeting. Financial flow shifts because abundance is a frequency, and your field is now broadcasting it cleanly. Health improves because disease is incoherence, and your field is now coherent. Relationships transform because you are no longer attracting from woundedness, but from wholeness. And wholeness attracts wholeness. And perhaps most importantly, the things that used to hurt you, the low-frequency chaos, the drama, the manipulation, the energy vampires, the toxic patterns, they simply cannot reach you anymore. Not because you built a wall, not because you are hiding, because you are no longer on their frequency. You have moved. Your halo is active, and a fully active halo does not just protect you. It makes you invisible to anything that operates below your frequency. They literally cannot perceive you as a target anymore. You become untouchable, not through armor, through altitude. Can you feel the difference between those two forms of protection? One is defensive, heavy, exhausting. You build walls and maintain them and live in constant vigilance. The other is effortless, radiant, natural. You simply exist at a frequency where low vibration threats cannot reach. The wall requires energy to maintain. The halo requires only coherence. And coherence is your natural state once the interference patterns are cleared. I want to hear from you on this. Have you ever had a moment, even a brief one, where you felt completely untouchable? Where the chaos around you simply could not penetrate your field? Drop that experience in the comments below, because that moment was a glimpse of the permanent state that is now available to you. This is what is being offered to you in this window. This is what the activation unlocks, not a temporary high, not a spiritual experience that fades by Tuesday, a permanent threshold crossing, a new baseline, a new floor beneath your feet that you can never fall below because you are not standing on it. You have become it. Now I want to address something that I know is moving through some of you right now. Doubt. And not just casual doubt. Deep, structural doubt. The kind that says, this is too good to be true. The kind that says, who am I to receive something like this? The kind that says, I have heard promises like this before, and nothing changed. I want to honor that doubt. I do not want to dismiss it, or override it, or shame it. That doubt has served you. It has protected you from false promises and manipulative people and teachings that took more than they gave. That doubt is a guardian, and I respect guardians. But I want you to consider something. What if the doubt that once protected you has become the very thing that is now blocking you? What if the guardian has become the gatekeeper? What if the wall you built to keep out false light is now keeping out real light? This is one of the most painful recognitions on the spiritual path. The moment you realize that the very defense mechanism that saved you in one chapter of your life is the thing preventing you from entering the next chapter. The armor that kept you alive in the war is now too heavy to wear in the garden, and taking it off feels terrifying because you have been wearing it so long, you have forgotten what your skin feels like. But feel into this moment. Feel into the quality of this transmission, not the words. The frequency beneath the words. Does this feel like manipulation? Does this feel like someone trying to take something from you? Or does it feel like recognition? Like something you have always known, being spoken aloud for the first time? Like coming home to a place you did not know you had left? Trust that feeling. Not the doubt, not the analysis, not the mental gymnastics. Trust the feeling. Because your heart field perceives truth at a level your mind cannot access. Your mind can be fooled. Your heart field cannot. It reads frequency directly, without translation, without interpretation. And right now, your heart field is telling you something. Listen to it. Here is what I want you to do now. This is your second activation practice, and it is more important than the first. I want you to place your hand over your heart. Feel the warmth of your palm against your chest. Feel your heartbeat beneath your hand. That rhythm, that pulse, that is the oldest signal in your body. It was the first thing that activated when you were forming in the womb. Before your brain, before your eyes, before your thoughts, your heart. It has been beating this rhythm your entire life, and encoded in that rhythm is everything you need to know about who you are and what you are here to do. Now, with your hand on your heart, I want you to say these words, not in your head, out loud, even if it is a whisper. The vibration of your voice activating these words in the air is part of the mechanics. Say this. I release the armor that no longer serves me. I open my field to receive what has always been mine. I accept this activation. I cross this threshold. Now, feel what happens. Feel the shift. Feel the subtle but unmistakable reorganization that begins in your chest and radiates outward. That is real. that is happening at the quantum level of your being right now. Every word you spoke just rearranged information in your field. Every vibration that left your lips interacted with the coherent frequency that is currently broadcasting at peak power and created an interference pattern that is dissolving old code and installing new code as you sit here. This is not something you need to believe in for it to work.